Can everybody see the PPT?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So as I like in the starting of your reading test, as I've mentioned the few, the numbers that you have to follow when it comes to your reading test. Like the entire reading time duration will be 60 minutes, and there'll be 40 questions. Each section will contain 13 questions, and there'll be an extra question for either of the section, and each correct answer contains 1 mark. There is no negative marking. Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
and the level of difficulty is increases in ascending order. Like the first section will be easier compared to your last section. Okay, the first section is easy, the second section is okayish, and then the third section will be a little difficult. Yes, Atmaja?
uh, I'm not sure it's just for me or others, but I could not listen you. So could you please talk a bit loudly, ma'am? Or
Are
just
everybody facing the same
now?
problem?
Now it's fine. Now it's fine.
Okay, yeah. So, did you get what I was saying about the level of difficulty?
Not really.
So, the first section will be way easier compared to the last section. So, as you proceed into the second and third section, the level of difficulty increases. Okay? Yeah. Then the answers will not be in order. So you can't expect the finding the answer for the first question in your first passage. It can be anywhere throughout the whole reading passage. It could be in the fourth paragraph, it could be in the fifth paragraph. The thing is that you have to read everything in order for you to find the answer. Okay? And you do not need any prior knowledge to answer any of the question. All the answers will be in the text. And unlike your listening test, in your reading test you won't be provided with extra time to transfer your answers. So it is better to write on the answer sheet directly. Yeah, and do not try to write any answers on the question paper or scribble or anything. You are allowed to mark your answers and underline and write a few annotations, but apart from that, please do not write the answers on your answer sheet, on your question sheet, your question paper. So are you able to see this slide, general reading and academic reading?
Yes.
Okay, so it is for so this basically establishes a difference uh, of academic reading and general reading. When it comes to your general reading, there will be three sections. The first section will have it will contain factual details like hotel advertisements, like the smoke alarm that you just read. It will contain facts and a few data that you need to understand and like decode. Okay, and in the first section, there'll be two short texts or passages. In your second section, again, there'll be two short texts and passages that is work related, applying for a job or applying for a company, stuff like that. And then in your third section, it is an analytical passage. It is of general interest. Okay, so there'll be a lot of analysis that you'd have to do in your third section. But when it comes to your academic reading, there'll be three long passages. So it's not like first section and two passages. It's nothing like that. Three sections, three long passages, and it follows the theme of literary prose for the first passage, fiction for the second passage, social sciences and humanities for the last passage. So mostly the theme of the passages will be under the umbrella of these three topics. So these are the types of questions that you will face when it comes to reading. First is filling the gaps. It could be written in a form of written text or in the form of table. Okay, it'll mostly have a rule saying not more than two words, one or two words, something like that, and matching headings to the written text, diagrams or chart. You'll be provided with a question, you'll be provided with a heading, and you have to match it to which passage does that heading suit the best, or which diagram does that heading suit the best. Next is sentence or summary completion, like the way you had for international profile, that there'll be like a summary and you have to fill in the blanks. That is what the summary completion means. Okay, and the next um, point is give short answers to open questions. So there'll be a few open-ended questions. Raima,
I guess she has
yeah, like
annotate function is there. Yes, she has clicked on that.
yeah, 1 second. I'll share my screen again. Um, okay. So now we'll move on to the next point, which is answer multiple choice questions. So mostly you'll be given a question and three choices or four choices, among which one will be the correct answer, and you have to choose the answer. And then next is true, false, not given, yes, no, not given. True, false, not given is about a fact. Okay, before that, there is matching information. It's just you'll be given information, like you'll be given a sentence, and there'll be a few important details that you have to match, which better fit that sentence. For example, in your last passage, you were given a few sentences and you had to guess which time period was did that particular event occur. So that is what matching information means. The next is true, false, not given. After that, it's yes, no, not given. True, false, not given is about facts, whether that fact is true, false, or whether it's not given. Yes, no, not given is about opinion. Did the person who write the passage give that opinion or state what he stated? In that, you say yes, no, not given. Okay. Now, the next is a few tips that you could incorporate in order to improve your score while you're doing your reading task. The first one is read instructions carefully and follow. So, when it comes to answering the questions in your reading, there will be a few questions that say that not more than two words, not more than one word. So, you have to pay attention to that and follow that, because that will make it easier for you to find the answer. Like you have to just find one word, or you have to just find two words, or one sentence. So, it'll make it more easier for you to find the answer later on. The next is you could answer the longest passage first as it is the toughest, which means you could answer the last passage first. Okay, again, it depends on you. If you think you will be able to do the first two easier passages really fast and then go to the last passage in the order, then you can go for that. But it is advised for you to do the toughest passage first, give it more time, understand and write the correct answers, and then you can go move on to the easier ones. Next is begin by reading questions, then skim the passage, or vice versa. So here what we are trying to explain is that once you know the questions, you will know what kind of answers you are searching for. So that will be That'll make it easier for you to find the answers. There'll be a few keywords or a few key concepts in the question itself, due to which, while you're searching your answer, you can just search for those keywords or key concepts. Now, searching isn't just reading everything, it's skimming, where where your eyes just pass through the passages. Okay, you do not reread the words or reread the sentence. You just go through the whole passage for you to understand where is which information available. Okay, and then scan for the specific information. This is where you pay more attention to. While skimming, you're just like, oh, this paragraph contains information about question number 5. And then later, when you're finding the answer for question number 5, you can just look at that paragraph and scan for the answer. So that way, it'll reduce your time exponentially and you do not have to waste much time searching for the answers. The next is use summarization technique. So, what is summarization technique is that when you read one paragraph, understand the key concept that has been spoken about, or that is being that you read in that paragraph. Suppose the paragraph is talking about when the Kauri gum was found. Just next to the paragraph, you can just be like time during which Kauri gum was found. So when there is a question about when was Kauri gum formed, you can immediately come back to this paragraph and be like, okay, this is where I need to find the answer. Okay. Eliminate rereading of words that I've explained before. Next is use peripheral vision. Peripheral vision, it means going like the boundary, right? When you're looking at something, you'll also be able to see slightly to the right and left of your vision, of your sight area. So you, by when you're concentrating on one word, also just glance at what are the other words that are next to it, so that the time that you take for skimming reduces a lot. Like, you're just looking at this word, but also you're concentrating on the words after that. So that way your eyes move faster and your brain is also in par with it, so that it acquires or it's able to read and retain whatever you've read. And the next is use a timer. While practicing, always time yourself, because timing is the biggest constraint when it comes to reading. Okay, always use a timer. Make sure that you know how much time you're taking for each passage, for each question. Next is use key synonyms to identify answers. So when you got wrong, you were able to find the answer, but it was written with a different word like online, internet. Those are all synonyms, key synonyms, or even paraphrasing. So you should be very careful and very attentive towards such kind of words and sentences, because they can be tricky, but at the same time they provide the answer. So because of that, you need to be equipped with rich vocabulary. In order for you to easily understand what the synonym means, you should be equipped with rich vocabulary. Okay? And always pay attention to the spelling. Since the spelling will already be in the text, you have to just copy paste it. And if you write the wrong spelling, you will definitely lose a mark. Okay? Pay attention to your spellings and just copy paste what is written in the text. Okay. Does anybody have any doubts?
So, like the same way today, we got an R for this. In the exam, also, we'll get an R for all three sections for reading.
Mm, you weren't clear. Can you repeat yourself?
Like today, we got an R for all three sections in the
Mm,
reading. So, same way,
yes,
we'll get an R in the exam as well, right?
exactly. You will be given an hour.
And
Okay.
30 minutes for listening.
Actually, I have given a time constraint because everybody is on their own pace when they're listening to audio files on their own, right? But
Mhm.
when you go to the exam, there'll be a centralized system. So everybody hears at the same time, due to which the time might vary. But normally it happens for 30 minutes. Yeah. So does anybody else have any questions? So was this session informative? What I've spoken about reading?
Yes.
Okay. Ragapriya and
Oh,
Raima,
yes.
yeah, were you able to follow what I was
Ye-
saying?
Yes, we are able to follow. So, like as per your slide, that academic reading will have three long passages. That means it like now what we did is for general training, right? As per the
Yes.
description you said. So maybe academic, it will take more time to read all the passages. Like need to be more look at the timer.
Yes. Since in the general you've read two passages under one section, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when it comes to your academic, there will be almost similar amount of reading that you have to do, but it'll be just one passage under one section.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's not really like, oh, I have to spend more time with your academic. It's about you like being able to skim through fast and scan, find the answers. It's about the strategies that you implement with your writing, with your reading.
Mhm. Okay.